Receive on Tuesday.
Whoever is,
I don't think your microphone is on.
Hello. All right. Yes, we're on. All right. Get it. Hello, everyone. 7:31 Wednesday legislative session, and we will do the pledge and then get started. Thank you.
Trustee White,
Isn't
Deputy Mayor Lopez,
Here.
and Mayor Levin.
here. We're actually waiting. I
And
don't
Trustee
see
Yost. Oh,
is here.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm online.
okay. Trustee Yost.
Online.
Thank
Great.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Mayor and trustees announcements.
Anybody have announcements? All right. I will just say so much fun last night on the night out with the police. If those of you that missed it, Kay Conley did some pull-ups along with the Army Corps folks that were there. So that was a fun moment, but it was all fun. A lot of our volunteer groups were there. While I don't really eat barbecue food, the line was literally around the block. It was great. So thank you. Thank you to the Elks also for doing the hot dogs. And it was just the kids are having a blast. And I thank all the volunteers that were there. Obviously, it is really run by the police departments almost, I think, across the whole country. It's a night out nationally. So it's not about the food, although I end up talking about food a lot, but it's really about everybody in the community getting to know our police officers and hanging out with them, and also looking at a lot of the apparatus that we use so that we become more involved with our police instead of seeing them as only arresting and ticketing and all that, but actually they're a big part of our community. So we appreciate all of the folks that were there. And it was also a beautiful day, and thank you to the high school for hosting this, which is what they do, I think, every year. So that was great. There is the parade this Friday. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Grandstand is right here downtown. Always a fun event with our volunteer fire department. Praying that the weather holds out, and we will all be having a great time as we do every year. And it's another opportunity to look at the fire trucks and all of that. Bring out the family and the kids because they really get to see trucks from all over New York State. I think a lot of fun. And that's what I've got. I do want to put a plug in that we still have a few concerts left in the summer. Please go out and enjoy. They're all free and they're done both by the village and the town. So get out there with the family and enjoy this really sort of great community that we live in. I will put in a plug that one person who grew up here, she's third generation, literally walked up to me and said, happy to pay taxes when she sees these night out events. So I said, I need to really quote her because it's, I think, literally the first time since I've been married that anybody said that. But she went to school here her whole life. She just said, this is a nice community. I agree with that. So a little plug for like some good news. All right, the village manager is on vacation. So
Right.
who will be
Go-
playing the role of village manager Diatori for this evening?
Well, I thought, oh. Did you want to say
That was
something?
rhetorical. I'm just assuming the deputy is.
Are we into administrative reports?
Yes, we are.
You are.
I don't have any reports this evening, but hello. I did just see something posted this afternoon that I wanted to share. So the town of Ossining, as you know, received money under the Downtown Revitalization Initiative, same as we did, and their project is slowly but surely moving along. So the public hearing for stage at Lewis Engle Park is going to be next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. right here in this courthouse. Are also able to. The summer concert series has the stage on everybody's mind this time of year, so come all and let them know what you think.
Great. How did you end up with like that little when Karen does a whole series of things?
There's a lot going on. Be here all night and you wouldn't be pleased with it.
So people show that Maddie Sahaj is an amazing second chair, I would say, but does a great job. And honestly, even when the village manager's not around, we don't feel it as much because Maddie is really great at her job. So always appreciate it. Okay.
Okay, Corporation Counsel, Stuart Kahan.
Nothing from Corporation Counsel for this meeting. Thank you, Sue.
Police Chief Aaron Zimmerman.
I know how to make an entrance.
Oh,
Mostly everything's great on our front. Last night was National Night Out. Great turnout from the community. Great turnout from OPD, OFD, OVAC, and everybody who came to participate. Thank the Elks Club for donating some hot dogs. Everyone who came out to enjoy it.
That's what happens when you come 2 minutes late.
Cap.
What's that?
Right.
we had a little recap.
It's nice that we
I-
both agree that the hot dogs were the highlight.
You can't go wrong with a hot dog.
Yeah.
I prefer mine grilled than rolled, but we'll take that up with the Elks next year. Well, sorry to be redundant. First time for me, second time for you guys. Lucky you. But things are growing great. Other than that,
You also had a couple of organizations that were new that we hadn't had, like My Sister's Place and I think the Pace Law School has like a trauma group, and they were so happy that
yeah,
they
victims
invited-
assistance was there, and
Yeah.
they asked to participate. We said no problem. Come on down.
Yeah, no, it was great that you guys are inviting other
Yeah.
groups beyond Ossining. I think it just gives people who go an opportunity to meet even the larger groups, and they're great organizations.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that.
No problem. So yeah, hopefully next
It was
year
great.
bigger and better.
Yeah, it was great.
Yes, we did not have to cancel like last year and have a rain date. So it.
Oh, yeah, I
it was
remember
good.
that.
It was good.
That was great.
Well.
Okay, anything else? We're good?
No news is good news.
Okay. Okay, organizational announcements. Announcements must be event related only and can be no longer than 2 minutes in length. Is there anyone online that would like to raise their virtual hand to talk about an event? Seeing no one. Public comments on agenda items. Visitors will be accorded a 4-minute opportunity to address the board on any of the resolutions on the agenda. Is there anybody on board that would, online that would like to do that? No? Okay. Moving on to visitor recognition. Visitors shall be accorded a 3-minute opportunity to address the board on issues not relating to the agenda, but of relevance of the common good of the village. Is there anyone that wishes to do that? Seeing no one, we'll go right to village board resolutions. Approval of minutes, July 15th, 2026. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the the minutes of the July 15th, 2026 regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, approval of minutes, July 22nd, 2026, special meeting. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the minutes of the July 22nd, 2026 special meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Approval of voucher detail, August 5th, 2026. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated August 5th, 2026 in the amount of $526,377.02. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Approval of the IBWTP voucher detail, which is the water treatment plant, for August 5th, 2026. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the IBWTP voucher detail report dated August 5th, 2026 in the amount of $4,266,080.29. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Finance Department, resolution to close completed capital projects for 2026. Whereas the Finance Department has reviewed the status of capital projects as of the end of the 2025 fiscal year and to date in 2026 have consulted with department heads and recommended that certain capital projects be declared closed by the Board of Trustees. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the following capital projects are hereby declared closed and the residual equity balances transferred to the appropriate, based on original project funding source, and the respective receptive project budgets modified to reflect the residual equity transfers as follows. There is approximately about 30 of them, and the list is posted on the webpage and on the bulletin board by the clerk's office. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Dale, you're on. A quick question. Anything that, I'm sure in total, it's all fine. Anything we need to know about any single line item that surprising that we didn't account for, it was a lot more, a lot less, that you can highlight for us? We don't need to go through the whole thing. I mean, I'm looking at it. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Board. These were basically older projects at this point that we do budget conservatively. We do try to budget a little bit over just in case, you know, something occurs, something happens, then we don't have to come back to the board and request another budget adjustment. So all of these projects actually work that way. So we established them. We established, you know, with a little bit of contingency. That contingency was not used. So now we are going to send that contingency balance back to the operating
Great.
fund that supplied it. So the total was 337,997.74 in closed capital projects.
Well, that's good news.
Yes.
Never went into contingency, great. My only second question is a more esoteric one. The market is at an all-time high, has been for quite a while. Any effect on bond pricing that we're revisiting, or it doesn't really affect bonds? Because the stocks and bonds play off each other, right?
They do to a degree, since we're right now going out for what they term as a bond anticipation note.
Right.
It's short term, so it's only tying us to an interest rate for a year. We actually just went to the market for the town, and their interest rate came in at 3.02%. Which was actually 0.05% higher than last year when we went to
okay.
market. The borrower was about the same,
Okay.
you know, for them. So I'm anticipating, you know, the same result for the village.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. Finance, establishment of the 2026 police policy software. Whereas the village management wishes to establish capital projects in accordance with the 2026 capital plan for the police policy software not to exceed $48,200 designated to be financed out of a transfer of general fund balance. Now therefore be it resolved that capital projects and capital project budgets are established as follows. And again, it will give you all the financing of how they're going to finance this capital project, and it's on the bulletin board by the clerk's office or on the webpage. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Finance, establishment of the 2026 police AI video analytics software. Whereas the village management wishes to establish a capital project in accordance to the 2026 capital plan for the police AI video software not to exceed $39,000 designated to be financed from a transfer of general fund balance. Now therefore be it resolved that the capital project and the capital project budgets are established as follows. And again, it's a listing of how they're establishing the capital projects and funding them. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And again,
Aye.
it's on the bulletin board and on the webpage. Finance, adjust 2025 Spring Street sidewalks and streets projects. Whereas village management wishes to increase the 2025 Spring Street sidewalks and streets project adjusted it on October 15th, 2025 to $1,700,000 to, is it from? To $2,100,000 for additional concrete work funded by the New York State Department of Transportation grant funding of an additional $400,000. Now therefore be it resolved that the capital project and project budgets will be adjusted as follows. And again, it tells you where the money is coming from and where it's going to. And it's on the webpage and on the clerk's bulletin board. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you. Board of Trustees, approval of awning permit for Open Door Family Medical Center. Resolved that pursuant with Village of Ossining Code, Section 229-5, the Village of Ossining Board of Trustees approves the application by Open Door Family Medical Center for the installation of an awning at 165 Main Street, which application was discussed by the Board of Trustees on July 22nd, 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you. Section 8, authorization to sign civil rights certification. Resolved that following review of Corporation Council, the village's Section 8 Executive Director and the mayor are authorized to sign the annual civil rights certification from the Department of Housing and Urban Development for the fiscal year beginning on January 1, 2027. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Board of Trustees, planned waterfront special permit for WB 34th Street, 34 State Street LLC. No street in their
Just
LLC.
34 State
Yeah,
LLC.
yeah. Whereas by letter dated July 24th, 2025, WB 34 State LLC, 34, WB 34, or applicant in further notes, by its attorneys DeBello, Danellan, Weingarten,
Wine and Whitaker.
and Whitaker. I actually knew those guys. So, LLP requested a planned special waterfront permit by the Board of Trustees for the property located at 34 State Street, 21 and 17 James Street, having the following selection block and lot tax designations 97.07-2-17 and 97.02-2-68 in the PC small c waterfront, planned waterfront central waterfront zoning district. Do I have a motion? Oh, no, excuse me. And be it resolved that the Board of Trustees acknowledges the Planning Board secret determination signed June 15, 2026, and hereby approves the application from WB State 34 LLC for the planned waterfront special permit for 34 State Street, 21 and 17 James Street, and be it further resolved that in accordance with Section 270-54F of the Code, this approval shall expire within 18 months of the date of approval unless the building permit has been issued for the special permit use or an extension has been granted upon a separate application to the village board. And be it further resolved that pursuant with Section 270-54D of the code, this resolution shall be filed with the office of the village clerk and a copy mailed to the applicant. Thereafter, the applicant will proceed with site development plan approval before the planning board. Now, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Continuing business of the board. We do have some new business of the board. Department of Recreation and Parks proposal for OS Elevator, Inc. Resolved that following review of Corporation Council, a village manager or designate is authorized to sign the revised proposal dated July 16, 2026 from OS Elevator, Inc., 430 Nipperham Avenue, Yonkers, New York, 10701, for the removal of one two-stop Dover elevators for $23,000. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
So Maddie, these are all new business. Do you want to do a 30-second? I mean, the board knows, but I mean, everything till now has been discussed, other meetings, obviously new by definition. Let's do like for the record, like a 30-second. If there are people that want to speak about it, please introduce them.
Sure, happily. So, as the board is aware and as the public, I believe, is aware, we are going through a renovation project at the Joseph G. Caputo Community Center. Little known fact, there's 2 elevators in that building. And it was determined that we really only need one. So one of them is going to be removed, and this is the contract that will help us to do just that. I know that Paul and Andy are both on, as well as our construction management team from CalG. I will turn it over to Paul to give any information I may have missed, but I think it is pretty self-explanatory.
Thank you, Maddie. And I apologize for the Andrew T's title, but it is Paul Frioli this evening, regardless of the screen. So we won't go too far into the CalG portion of the presentation. We'll leave that for the appropriate resolution. But we do have David Chen, Chief Estimator, and Dominic CalG, Principal of CalG Construction Management, with us this evening, who will talk about the next resolution. And you know them because they are so successfully assisting us with the multimodal transportation hub presently. And that the planets are aligning there, where they're bringing that to a nice closure there successfully and on budget. And we're going to roll that group with our same field representative, Dorian De Laurentiis, who's not with us this evening, but who I believe you all know, to assist us with the Caputo Center in the same capacity as he's performing in the multimodal. So we're looking forward to their continued assistance. However, this quick resolution is just about the elevator that we are going to decommission and remove as part of the Caputo Center renovation project. It became clear to us that in addition to moving it, and we started adding some components of the elevator removal to the roof, and the fact that there was a potential hydraulic oil leak that required some remediation, and that the elevator was also non-functioning. We got with the construction manager and internal with everybody working on this project. It said it really behooves us to remove that elevator separate and distinct from the capital project, so it doesn't become a gorilla in the room or impact any schedule if it turns into something that we don't expect with the general contractor, and kind of leave us in a position where we're negotiating with something after award as a change order. So we went out and solicited people to come and visit it that we have worked with in the past, and we wanted to do it before the bid. So we were able to get 2 groups to come and look, and one actually offer us a proposal. We believe it to be fair and equitable. We reviewed it with the construction manager, who concurs, and we're going to get that facet of work. And we're now bringing it out of the contract documents. So we're paying for it now in advance when we have control over it. And the general contractor, again, which we will talk about in the next resolution, is being awarded that contract minus this facet. So we're going to help the schedule and remove any unknowns prior to award.
Okay. Good.
Everybody.
I don't think we have questions. It's more like for the public record.
Mhm.
So we're voting on this one. We're voting on each of this individually. It's all about the community center, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Recreation and Park, award a bid, improvements and renovation and remodeling of the Joseph G. Caputo Ossining Community Center electrical construction. Resolved that, subject to review of Corporation Council, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby awards the bid of contract number REC-26-1E, improvements, renovation and remodeling of the Joseph G. Caputo Ossining Community Center to Neighbor Electric Corporation, 1025 Sawmill River Road, Yonkers, New York, 10710, for a total bid amount of $765,432 as the lowest bid received from a responsive and responsible bidder. And be it further resolved that upon review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign the documents for contract REC-26-01E. Do I have a motion?
May I, before a vote?
Go ahead.
Mayor, thank you, Mayor. This might be an opportunistic time to allow David Chen and Dominic, in advance of the 4 prime contracts that you're going to vote on now, to do a quick summary of what we did internally and with the CM as far as interviewing and vetting each prime contractor. And then that one presentation they can make right now briefly can really cover every the four ensuing
All the-
resolutions.
yeah. Okay, gentlemen,
Okay,
hello, welcome.
thank you. Good evening, everyone. Yes, on the project for the Caputo Center, we went out for bids for the four prime contracts, the general contract, plumbing contract, HVAC, and electrical. For the GC portion of the project, we received 6 proposals.
Just do me a favor, don't use the acronyms because a lot of this is for public record. So when people look at the video, just so they know, like, so GC, general contractor, just if you could say the words out.
Okay, so for the general construction contract, we received 6 proposals. We interviewed the 3 low bids, and the low GC general contractor on that was Peter Camilli and Sons. We interviewed all the contractors on July 30th and went through the process of having them walk us through the plans, how they saw the project. The interview was conducted by my team, DCAC, the architect, and representatives from the village. So we assure that each contract was in full conformance to the plans and specifications. In addition to that, our office reviewed their references and their bonds and insurances to make sure that they were also all in accordance with the requirements and that we had good and favorable references, excuse me, on all. So as I said, the general contract bid, Peter Camilli and Sons was the low bidder at $3,165,910. The plumbing contract, the low bid on that, we received 2 bids. The low bid on that was submitted by AJ Induzzi Plumbing and Heating. His bid amount was $229,981. The mechanical HVAC contract, we received 2 proposals on that as well. ACS Systems Associates submitted the lowest bid on that in the amount of $445,000. And the electrical contract, which was just read, we received 2 bids on that also. And Neighbor Electric was the low bid at $765,432. My firm, we've had experience with the general contractor, the HVAC contractor, and the electrical contractor on current and past projects. AJ Induzzi, we have not had any experience with them professionally on a project, but we know them personally. So all in all, I think we have a very fine construction team going ahead on this project.
Okay, are there questions from the board members? Pat, anything?
No, I don't have any questions. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
All right,
Okay, can I have a
thank you very much.
Sorry, I apologize.
Sorry, Sue.
Can I have a motion on the electrical contractor?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Recreation and Parks, award a bid, improvement of renovations and remodeling at the Joseph G. Caputo Ossining Community Center plumbing construction. Resolved that, subject to review of Corporation Council, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby awards the bid for contract number REC-26-01P, improvements, renovations, and remodeling of the Joseph G. Caputo Operation Community Center to AJ Induzzi Plumbing and Heating, Inc., 176A North Highland Avenue, Ossining, New York, 10562, for a bid of amount of $229,981 as the lowest bid received from a responsive and responsible bidder. And be it further resolved, the following review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign the documents for contract number REC-2601P. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Thank you. Recreation and Parks, award a bid, improvement renovations and remodeling at the Joseph G. Caputo Austin Community Center mechanical construction. Resolved that, subject to review of Corporation Council, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Austin hereby awards the bid for contract number REC-26-01M, improvements, renovations, and remodelings at the Joseph G. Caputo Ossining Community Center to ACS Systems Associates, Inc., 101 New South Road, Hicksville, New York, 11801, for a total bid of $445,000 as the lowest bid received from a responsive and responsible bidder. And be it further resolved that following review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign the documents for contract number REC-26-01M. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. Recreation and Parks, award a bid, improvements, renovation and remodeling at the Joseph G. Caputo Austin Community Center general construction. Resolved that subject to review of Corporation Council, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby awards the bid for contract number REC-26-01G, improvements, renovations, and remodel at the Joseph G. Caputo Austin Community Center, general construction, to Peter A. Camilli and Sons Construction Limited, 210 Marble Avenue, Pleasantville, New York, 10570, for a total bid amount of $3,165,910 as the lowest bid received from a responsive and responsible bidder. And be it further resolved that upon following the review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign the documents for contract number REC-26-01G. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to adjourn to executive session for personnel and litigation?
We're gonna, give me a minute here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Sood, you're here. I saw your note. You missed the opportunity. It was about 15 minutes ago. But yeah, it was also a quicker meeting. The reality is that the Board of Trustees is here to listen to people who live and work in the community. I'll give you a chance to say your piece because you're here and you did write to us. Let me give you the ground rules. Jamie, how many minutes? 3. Okay. Yeah, 3 minutes, if you don't mind coming up here, stating your name and residence, and run over. Jamie will let you know a few seconds before when the 3 minutes. This is a listening portion. Welcome.
The board, I've met most of you over the course of the past 2.5 years since I've been working on a project. And I appreciate some of you coming in to visit me and saying hello. And I hope all of you guys could. My name is Mohit Sood. I should introduce myself. I am the owner.
And your address.
Yeah, I'm the owner and operator and developer of Lucky Leaf Dispensary in Ossining, New York. It's also known as Best Buds 13 LLC, DBA Lucky Leaf Dispensary. I'm here because I know you all know that you've heard the rumblings that it took us a while to get to the market. And do I have to stand behind the podium?
Yes.
You need to be on the microphone.
It's all
Got
about
it.
Mike.
So I honestly just wanted the opportunity to speak to each one of you individually outside of this meeting to explain to you what the process looked like for me, why it took so long, why it took 2.5 years to develop a project that we initially thought was going to take less than 6 months. And it ended up costing more than 10 times what we initially thought the investment was going to require. I was one of the first licenses in all of New York State. They identified me, Mohit Sood, as the patron that should be able to bring Ossining, one of the very first dispensaries in all of New York. We could have had that opportunity as a village. We could have had that opportunity as a unit. I think I'm going to be a fantastic leader of that dispensary. I think I'm going to handle customers with the utmost respect, and every person that comes into my dispensary leaves a smile on their face, and almost every single one of them I've met. I'm there 12 hours a day. I've never worked this hard in my life, and I do because I value the fact that I was given the opportunity to be able to create something beautiful here. I think we created something beautiful. I think we took a little bit of time and energy, and we were pushed to do a lot more than we should have done. But now we're at a crossroads. It took us 2 years to get operational, over 2 years to get operational, when the state wanted us to be one of the first dispensaries in the entire state. The state identified Ossining, the village of Ossining, as a place where a community that deserves it, that needs it, that wants it. And unfortunately, it took us 2.5 years. Now, 6 months after we were able to open, there was another dispensary that was licensed well after a year after we were opened, and they were able to be. They got through the process very quickly. They were able to be operational, and I don't begrudge anybody. I wish everyone well. Now there are multiple more coming. We just opened. I haven't even done a grand opening yet. We're just servicing the public. I'm spending every moment of my time making sure that every person feels valued that comes into my. Well,
Finish
I
your
just-
sentence.
I just
If
want,
you have
uh,
anything to give us, you can.
Yeah, I didn't bring anything today to give you. I honestly just want the opportunity to speak to each of you individually, if you guys will afford me that opportunity. I'd
Okay,
just like to
so
explain.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The only thing I hear you asking for is a meeting with each of the 5 board members. You could email us and whoever is able to meet with you
Yeah,
will, but you could have done that. That's fine. Everybody carries their own calendar. Secondly, just for clarity, and this is not a conversation, the state doesn't choose anybody. It doesn't choose Ossining. It doesn't choose anything. The state doesn't speak on behalf of any village or municipality. They approved you to be able to open a dispensary. That's great.
Oh, well, they also
And
identified
not-
Ossining.
Not a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going to be clarifying statements made for the public record. The conversations you're welcome to have with any of the board members, as is your right. If they're available, that's great. The other thing, just to clarify, you bought, as you said, you're a developer. So for the record, that's your option. You decided to buy and develop a piece of land and a building. Not everyone buys. Some people simply rent an existing retail shop. So just to clarify for the public listening to this, which is one of my roles, not an argument, not a conversation. It's simply clarification about how things work. So send us an email. If
I
you have
do want-
something to give Sue, you can give it to her. And as trustees are available, they always meet.
I wanted to clarify,
with
I
people.
didn't buy the building. A business bought the
A
building.
business, not you personally, you're right. It's
I did
right.
not buy the building.
You said you were a developer and that's
Yes.
the difference. So I just wanted to
There's a business that
clarify
bought
the
the building,
difference
yeah.
that you're going through, which is fine, looks beautiful,
And it's not the same
not a
business. that's-
judgment.
Not the same business that's operating the dispensary. But yes,
It-
you are
it-
absolutely correct
The
in
point
everything you said.
is, it has nothing to do with the village. A company bought from a private entity, these are 2 private entities.
Sure.
I think some of the other ones, and I don't know each of them, but they did come in front of us, are leasing retail existing spaces. I just want to be clear about the conversation. The conversation you want to have, you came to ask that each board member meet with you. That's fine. I can't speak for all 5. I could speak for me. You'll send me an email and
Sure.
we'll set up some time and we can meet. And I see you around town all the time.
Yes,
So
I saw you, of course,
all
the
good.
other day. Yep.
all good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Do I have a motion to adjourn to personnel to an executive session for personnel and litigation?
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 8:10. Mm-hmm.
We're going into that room.
Okay.